Good afternoon. This is Angela Martin, Gold Consultant with Archer and Evolution Travel, and I am going to be covering Profit Agility today, one of our wholesale vendors that you can use as a traditional vendor or wholesale, and I will be covering quite a few details about Profit Agility today. And those things that I want to include the following. So first, I'm just going to give you an overview of how to use the vendors. Then we'll talk about 60 days of travel versus over 60 days of travel. And then, of course, how it can be used for traditional commission or for instant commission. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to back out of here and I'm going to go ahead and go to myprofitagility.com. When you go to myprofitagility.com, it'll bring you to a screen that looks like this. You can go to member login, and then it'll bring you here. You'll simply enter in the email address and password that you created when you were registering for this vendor. And this is what it looks like. So similar to what you saw on the main screen when I started this. So if you go up to the very top and you click on resort weeks, you can find where we were talking about within 60 days of travel and up to 12 months in advance, okay? You can also see the inventory availability based upon dates. You can also look for hotels by a specific date where you're not restricted to the 1 week at a time. Generally, you're going to find your best deals within 60 days of travel. So let's go ahead and start there, okay? So within 60 days of travel, you click on that and you scroll down. Now, there are a couple of ways that you can sort or limit the number of results that are populated. As you can see, we have 33 pages. Who wants to go through 33 pages of supply or options? So what we can do is we can filter it by destination. If you know where a client would like to go, of course, you can come here and select those particular locations from the drop-down menu. If you do not, that's completely fine. Maybe you don't know that, but you know how many people want to sleep there. You can also filter by occupancy. So if we know that we have a client who needs space for 8 people or 6 people, we can select that and apply that filter so that it reduces, okay, our results. And notice when I did that, now I have 10 pages as opposed to 33. Maybe I have a client who I know wants to attend an all-inclusive resort only. They're not looking to go anywhere in the US. They want to go somewhere all-inclusive. I can go to where I show all-inclusive only options, which will limit my results even more. As you notice, I only have 3 options now instead of that 10 versus that 33 pages of options, okay? So those are the ways that you can kind of do that. You can also sort by the star rating, the dates, location, the size, the occupancy. These are some other ways that you can sort your results once you have narrowed down your results, okay? So let's go back and let's just go to include all-inclusive. We don't want only all-inclusive. I am going to show you about both, okay? But let's start with something a little less, okay? I'm going to narrow this down. Maybe I have a client who's looking to go to Orlando, the Orlando area. So I'm going to apply that filter, okay? Now, I also want to filter it. I have 3 pages worth of options. I want to filter by occupancy. I know that I have 5 adults, so I'm going to need something that sleeps at least 6 people. I'm going to apply that filter as well so that I can narrow down my results even further. And notice I only have 1 page of results, which makes it easier for me as the agent to find something for them. Now, be mindful that all of the resort options here are going to be between 3 to 5 stars. Nothing is under 3 stars with Profit Agility, which is good for you to know as an agent, okay? You can look and see what the options are, and you can see that the price that's crossed out is not the actual price, but you're able to get it for the price that is in green, okay? So let's say, for instance, we're going to go with this Orlando Breeze Resort just for demonstration purposes, okay? And maybe, you know, these dates work for my client, April 28th through May 5th, okay? That's a 7-night stay. It'll be from Saturday to Saturday generally, and we can verify that by going here to my calendar. And actually, that's from a Friday to Friday. So you can kind of look and see. Usually, it's going to be a 7-day resort stay. So you select the option that you like. Once you get to the option that you like, they will provide a description of that place where your clients will be going. There's a way for you to kind of look through the images to see if this is something that your clients may be interested in, you know. and things like that. Of course, they are getting a huge discount. And it lets you know, of course, those dates that you've selected. This is a 2-bedroom. And you can also go here on the right-hand side menu and see all of the on-site amenities, the nearby activities, the unit amenities, okay? And then you can look at the bedding, okay? So a 2-bedroom maximum occupancy comes with a standard 1 king bed, 1 queen bed, and then a pull-out sleeper sofa with a fully equipped kitchen and 2 bathrooms, okay? So you can kind of look and see what those options are. It tells you the difference between the 2 bedrooms. Some of them come with 2 king beds and a pull-out sofa, and then some of them come with a 1 king, 1 queen. So you kind of look and see what those options are. And then, of course, if there are any fees or anything like that, you can come over here and kind of look at the resort information. Notice that their check-in time is a little bit later than other standard resorts. It's 5 p.m. Okay. Their front desk hours are from 8 to 8. Okay. So that's a 12-hour window. Checkout is at 11 a.m. Okay. Your guest must be 18 years or older in order to check in. A credit card is required for incidentals. And that's pretty standard, okay? But let's just say, for instance, this is the one we want, okay? I want to show you how you can use it. If you'll notice, it says the standard agent commission is $49.88, okay? That means that if you did absolutely nothing to this and you wanted to simply charge your client, you could charge them this $494.69 like a traditional booking, okay? And you would get $49.88 after they return from their trip, like any other traditional vendor. But note that this property tends to go for almost $2,000. So you're able to actually charge more than this. You can do it a couple of ways, okay? So some agents, they will remove this commission that's already built in here by simply selecting the price that's over the commission amount and selecting the down arrow to reduce that price, meaning that they can get it for $443.27 to actually reserve the room, but then they get to kind of determine how much they want to charge in commission. Now, this is where it can get a little bit different. So I want to just share this with you really quickly. I'm going to go back again, and we're going to select this same resort, okay? Notice that $49.88 is already built into it. I can simply go in and say, hi, it's going to be $494.69 to go ahead and get this reserved for you. Now, be mindful, there is a cancellation policy that's pretty stringent. Any purchase that you make via Profit Agility is non-refundable. So just make sure your clients know that, they're aware of that, okay? If you're doing this like a traditional booking, then you would simply go to the next screen. You would insert the information. So let's say John Doe. You indicate that you agree to all of the terms and conditions, basically indicating that you've gone over that this is non-refundable, that it'll be charged to the credit card. It will say Advantage Services. And that's something you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that really quickly because this is something important that you need to know. So Advantage Services is what they will see on their credit card statement for the $494.69. Okay. And this is, remember, us doing it as a traditional vendor. Okay. Do not initiate chargebacks due to the failure to recognize this charge. Receipt of payment will be emailed after resort week booking is completed. The final confirmation letter will be emailed within 3 to 5 business days. Please do not book any airfare until final confirmation letter has been received. That's very important for you as the agent, simply because you don't want to book airfare prior to receiving the confirmation letter. Okay, so let's just say we're going to go with this and we want to add this to the cart. We simply do it just like any other traditional vendor. We would get the guest information, okay? And we would go, once we have that, we would go ahead and go to checkout. We would enter that person's first name, John Doe. We would put their email, johndoe@gmail.com, johndoe@gmail.com. We will put in that person's email, 555, their phone number, excuse me, 555, and I'm just making numbers up just to give you a demonstration. You can indicate whether this is a mobile phone or not. Notice that there's no red asterisk beside this alternative phone number, so we're simply going to go to continue. After we go to continue, let's go here. Maybe I'll put this in again. Sorry. And we'll put no or yes here as well, and we'll continue and see if that was what was holding us up. Now, I want to bring your attention to something. It says, please ensure that the email address and telephone number are correct. In the event that we need to verify you of a schedule change or urgent alert, we need to have the most update contact information. Because of this, a lot of the times agents will put their email address here so that they can get all correspondence relating to this, this booking. And actually, I'm going to do that as well, because that is a good idea. Just so any communication you get, I'm going to put no so that we can get this ball rolling. Not really sure what's going on or why we have a pause here. I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, so I figured out what the issue was. Whenever you are putting in the phone number here, make sure that you're not putting any letters, punctuation, or dashes. Otherwise, it will not move forward to the next screen. So just notice I put a bunch of 5s here to get us some information here. Remember, we put in our email address as the agent so that we're receiving all documentation pertaining to this particular trip, and we can then forward it to our client specifically. Then I'm going to hit continue, and it's going to bring me basically to the payment screen. And this is where you take in the client's payment information, okay? And you would simply do this as a simple traditional vendor, and everything like that. That is if you're only using it for the standard commission that's already built into this price, okay? And you're not looking to get any instant commission. However, if you are looking to get instant commission, you can do it a couple of ways. So you can leave this price here, okay, with that standard commission built in, and you can kind of get standard commission and you can get instant commission. So let's go back here and let's talk about that for a bit, okay? So say, for instance, I wanted to, and I'm going to go all the way back here. I'm going to go all the way back. All right. So say, for instance, I wanted to keep this commission that was already built in here, or maybe I wanted to increase my commission here by, I wanted it to be $250 more. I could easily do this, increase the commission controls. Notice that the commission control here allows you to go up to this maximum amount that's located here. I could literally do that. And I can keep pressing the up. You basically have to select the number down here and then increase that amount. Okay, you can only go up to the maximum amount here, which would be the maximum suggested retail price. Okay, obviously we're looking to save our clients some money, so I might reduce that to $383. Maybe I want my commission to be $383.55. Now, if I'm doing this as a traditional vendor, remember, I only get 80% of the payout. So you got to be mindful that this is going to go through Archer. I will get it 30 to 45 days after my client returns from their trip. And I will only get 80%. Now, if you choose to, you can actually eliminate all the commissions in here so that you can get the instant commission right away and you don't have to deal with any commission tracking form or anything like that. Say, for instance, I know that I want to make about $500, okay? I will eliminate the commissions altogether, the traditional commissions that's built in. I would take that down to 0. I would take the number that is showing here, which is the total cost for them to reserve this room, and I would bring up my calculator here. If I know I want to earn $500 for this booking, then I know I'm going to be taking the 443, and this is simple math, 28 plus $500, okay? Now you might ask, where is that $500? Where are they going to pay that out? And this is very important for you to know, okay? If you are going to be charging them $943.28, first off, when you talk to your client, tell them that you can get this resort or this room 7 nights for $943.28 for 6 people. We're talking about that being, you might want to tell them what it is per person, for $157.21 per person. That's how much you can get this 7-night resort stay, okay? Which is basically that $943.28 divided by the 6 people, okay? Now, what you want to do is you're going to tell them that they will see 2 charges on their credit card, okay? One of those payments is going to be deducted and they will see Advantage Services. The other $500 is a wholesale booking fee, and you will charge that to your Square account. And I'm going to go ahead and log in really quickly so you can see what that looks like. And I'm going to pause the recording so I can log. Okay, so now I'm in my Square Up account. What I'm going to show you right now is what you want to have pulled up at the time that you were taking the payment. The point of this is that you do not want your client having to repeat the credit card information more than once. You let them know up front that they will see 2 transactions on their credit card, one from Advantage Services, and the other one will be from your business account. You are charging them, there is a $500 wholesale booking fee that you're charging them from your business account, okay? So what you will do is you will go here and you will click on, you will scroll down. Mine happens to be in the frequent actions, but I'm going to show you in case you don't have that. You can go to payments and then you can go to virtual terminal, okay? When you click on virtual terminal, it's going to bring you here, okay? And you want to click on take a payment. When you click on take a payment, you can do it. You need to do this as an itemized sale, okay? And what I have, and I suggest you do, is go look at the video on Square Up so that you can understand how to utilize it. I have already in here wholesale booking fee, and I'm going to put the price in here as $500 because these prices vary, okay? And what I want to do is put in here the name of the hotel that they'll be staying at. So I'm going to go back to my resort here. I'm going to put the name of the resort, the travel dates, basically everything that's located here. I want to put that in my notes on my Square. So I'm going to paste those instructions there, or those details. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do after I've done that is I'm going to hit enter. Let's see here. I have that enter. I want to let them know that the wholesale this wholesale booking fee is non-refundable. Okay. I want to let them know that because I don't want them coming to me with issues or saying that they need a refund, because I'm letting them know this up front that it's non-refundable. They should not expect to get a refund from me for anything as it relates to this. I might just put here, let me go back to the resort, Orlando Breeze Resort, and the travel dates, instead of putting all of that other information because it has some weird spacing that I didn't like. So I'm going to simply go here. And then I'm going to put their dates of travel, April 28th through May 5th, 2023. Okay, and then I'm going to save that. Now, notice that it has it there. Okay, I can add a service charge or a discount or taxes. Notice that I'm indicating to them that taxes are already included. I can also put some additional notes here. And this is where I might go in and put the full details about the property, location, check-in, check-out, stay, 7 nights, all of that. I would also put the cancellation fee, policy in here. Right. So I'm going to go here, back here, and I'm going to click on this cancellation policy. And I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my Square and I'm going to put cancellation policy. All right, and then I'm going to simply paste that, okay? And that's just simply letting them know everything that I'm sitting here, telling them there, okay? So I want to already have this done at the time that I'm going to be taking the payment. So before I even contact my client back, I will already have this set up because I know that this is how much I'm going to be earning in instant commission. I already have the resort that they want pulled up. I know that I've given them the total cost of the $943.28. because that is the $443.28 plus my $500 in instant commission that I want to earn. Okay, I'm still saving them over $1,000, so this is still a good deal for them. They're only paying $157 per person. Okay, total for 7-night stay, which is a really great deal. So I know that I'm still getting them a great value for their money. Okay, now when it comes time to pay, what I'm going to do again, now I'm going to hit next. I'm going to put in the client's name again. Let's go with John Doe. Agree to the terms and conditions. And we're going to simply add to cart. And then we're going to come here. Okay. Now it's just making sure that everything, we have the guest name and everything that we want. We're going to go to checkout. And then notice here that I have the client's name. I have my email address as the agent so that I can receive all the documents. I have the client's phone number. Okay. Both places, no dashes, no spaces, no nothing. Okay. And then I'm going to hit continue. Now, when I get here, oh, it's got that on there twice. That's the reason. I was like, why is it saying 937? That's because I added it twice. So let me go back here. Let's go back and let's remove this one here. So we only have one. All right, let's check out. Now we should be good to go. All right, great. So we removed one of those. Now, whenever you're, how would you like to make this payment, or how would you like to take care of this today? Once they tell you it's going to be a Visa, MasterCard, as you're taking the card number, so 555, 5555, 5555, 5555. Just say, for instance, this is the card number. When you take that card number, you want to copy it, okay? Because again, you don't want to ask for that card number again, okay? All right. After you take that card number, you're putting it in here. They give you the expiration date. Once they give you that, say it's 12/20/23, and then they give you the CVV code, you want to add that information here, okay? 12/23, and then we're going to add the CVV code, okay? Once you do that, then you can simply hit charge. You want to make these, I would take the your non-refundable wholesale fee. I would take that up front, but of course you want to make sure you get that room reserved as well. So go ahead and get their information in here, all of the information you're going to need, their billing address, all of that, the country, phone number, and all of that. And then you're going to go ahead and book it for them. Now remember, do not book airfare until after you receive that final confirmation letter, okay? The transaction receipt and travel document will be emailed to the email address that you put there, which is why you use your own, okay? Now that is that in a nutshell. I'm going to pause the recording and we're going to regroup so that we can talk about this for bookings that are over 60 days within travel. And we're back. So if you're looking to do, maybe you have a client who's looking to go somewhere within after 60 days of travel up to a year in advance. So you can go to Resort Weeks. You simply do the same thing, except this time you're going to select up to 12 months in advance. And then you're going to select, you'll notice that this is done a little bit differently. If you are going somewhere up to 12 months in advance and it's not within 60 days of travel, you are limited into your location. First, you have to select the location. So you need to know where your client is looking to go. If they're looking to go somewhere out of the country, of course, you can select that, okay? If they're looking to go, let's just say Orlando. Maybe they want to go to Orlando, Florida, but they want to go in like 4 months, okay? So we can still select Orlando area, and we can select up to 4 months, okay, that we want to give them options for. So say, for instance, they're not looking to go in April or May. They're looking to go somewhere like in July, August, or September. Okay, or maybe they're open to June, but they don't want to go in May. So I can select all 4 of those months, and then I can submit. And basically, only thing that's going to pull up for me are the availability in Orlando, Florida, for the number of people. And I can then go here and filter by occupancy and say, for instance, I only want 6. It needs to sleep 6 people. Then I can look for options that are around that, that sleep that number of people. Notice I have 2 pages of results, and the same thing applies, okay? Now, be mindful, you want to look at the differences in the rates. Notice how This is regularly going for $1798.50. I can get it to them for $1,156.72, of which $117.30 is built-in commission. Okay, so you kind of see that there's a huge savings if it's within 60 days travel, as opposed to you doing it within 12 months. But of course, there is still room for you to make instant commissions, because I could completely eliminate what is available here, reducing it down to 0, and make that money instantly when I book the trip for them. Okay, these are still good deals, but it's not as good of rates as it would be if it was booked within 60 days of travel. Now, I want to show you one last thing, because I've kind of already gone through the whole process for getting it booked. I want to also show you what it's like if you are getting a resort stay that is an all-inclusive resort, because those are a little bit different as well. So let's say that we only want to see all-inclusive resorts only within 60 days of travel. For those, you'll see that we have a couple of options here. The Tropical by LHVR, leaving on May 6th, going through May 13th. And these are typically going to be your Saturday to Saturday. So let's look at May 6th. Yes, through the next Saturday, May 13th. So with your all-inclusives, however, there's a little bit of a difference that you need to know. Okay. Yes, it has this wonderful rate here. Okay. But when you click on it, you'll notice that that rate only covers the actual hotel accommodation itself, not the all-inclusive amenities. So when you get here and you're reading the description, underneath they will have some specific information you need to know. The all-inclusive rates is $80 per person per day. Children between 4 and 12 get 50% off of that rate. So if you have a couple who are looking to go, you're looking at adding $80 per day. Now, they're not going to pay that to you, but $80 times 7 days is $560 per person on top of that price. So let's add that. Let's multiply that times 2 people. You got $1,120 plus the amount that it's going to cost to actually reserve the room, which we've already determined is that $277.16. So their price just to actually go have the rooming accommodation and you getting $27.72 is $1397.16. Sleeps up to 4 people, so they get to go, and it sleeps up to that number of people. But just be mindful that with 2 people, okay, it's going to be $1397.16. If there are more people, then you're adding that all-inclusive fees for each person. So be mindful that you kind of got to do some calculations there, because even though they're not paying you the all-inclusive rates themselves, they are going to have to pay it to the resort when they arrive. So you want to factor that in before you determine how much instant commission you are looking to earn, because you might have to reduce that price a bit if it's going to be too expensive. Okay. So these rates have gone up with their all-inclusive options. It used to be $40 per day per person, with 50% off of that price for children. So it has gone up, but that's just something to keep in mind, okay? And I hope that this was helpful for you all. I don't want to make this video too long. With that said, you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the chat.